If you've got a budget of about $100 or less than 60,000 Naira and you're in the market for a new smartphone with no ads, a big battery, and a gigantic screen, then take a look at the UMIDIGI Power 7S, and shout out to UMIDIGI for making this phone available to me. Let's start off with what you get in UMIDIGI's signature yellow box. Right on top, you get the device itself with the TPU case pre-installed, and beneath that you get a sleeve with some paperwork and the SIM ejector tool, which you're probably going to lose embarrassingly quickly. Right after that, you get the 10-watt charging brick, which is pretty tiny, and you also get a red and black USB-A to USB-C cable. Now let's dive right into the device. The device is made of glass on the front, plastic on the sides, and plastic on the back as well. But you shouldn't expect anything else from a device that's less than $100. On the right side, you have the power button, which does not double as a fingerprint scanner. And that's because this device does not have a fingerprint scanner. But fret not, you still get biometric support with the 2D facial recognition carried out by the selfie camera. You also get the volume rocker on the right side, and on the left side, you have the side key, which is set to take screenshots by default, but can be remapped to switch on the recorder or held down to turn on the flashlight. Still on the left side, you have the SIM card slot, which can take 2 nano SIM cards and 1 micro SD card of up to 256 gigabytes. At the bottom, you've got the mic and a single speaker grill with a USB-C port between the both of them. And at the top, you've got the 3.5mm port and another microphone. On the back of this device, you get to see a 3D hexagon pattern. The plastic finish means it's very shatter resistant for those who like to play hot potato with their phone, but it's more prone to scratching. It's definitely not uncomfortable to hold, with the device weighing in at about 216 grams. The device screen size is 6.7 inches, meaning operating this device with one hand is going to be very difficult for our tiny fingered comrades. It's got a 1650 by 720p resolution, which is the same as that on the UMIDIGI A13 Pro. It also doesn't get very bright, so you'll have problems seeing it under direct sunlight. It's an IPS LCD display panel, which tells us that the color reproduction on this device is not the best. Overall, streaming content on this device is pretty satisfactory, and I don't have too many complaints, especially considering the price. What I don't like, however, is the speaker quality. The single downward firing speaker, while loud, is quite tinny.
Just because it's really big doesn't mean it performs well. That's what she said!
It's also easy to accidentally cover up with your hand, and even when you don't cover it up, it just doesn't sound as full or rich as what you would get from more premium smartphones. On the screen, you've also got a small teardrop camera notch, moderately sized bezels on the sides, and a bit of a chin at the bottom. The refresh rate is 60 Hz, which does not offer the smoothest experience, especially if you've used a device with a 90 or 120 Hz refresh rate. But hey, considering the price point, this is definitely not the worst display out there. We've also got the camera bump on the top left corner at the back, and it's a bit similar to the camera arrangement on the UMIDIGI A13 Pro, but different enough to make it stand out. You get a 16 megapixel main shooter and an 8 megapixel ultra wide lens. And just like with the A13 Pro, these cameras are not the best. They're actually quite If cameras aren't the most important thing you look for in a smartphone, then I think these cameras are usable. But you're gonna need a lot of patience, lights, and very steady hands because there is a lot of shutter lag. The 8 megapixel selfie camera on the front isn't any better. Here, you can take a look for yourself. And keep in mind, the lighting here is actually really good, so the camera is quite bad. It's definitely not ideal for your stories, reels, TikToks, and whatever it is you Gen Z humans are doing these days. The UMIDIGI Power 7S can also record videos at up to 1080p 30 frames per second on both the front and the rear cameras. But you're not going to be happy with the outcome. Here, take a look for yourself. This is the front-facing camera and mic quality of the UMIDIGI Power 7S. And as you can tell, I'm not very pleased with the results, especially given how good the lighting in this environment actually is. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you're still watching at this point, then you are electrifying. Leave a battery icon in the comment section to let me know you got this far in the video. But when it comes to performance, day-to-day activities are going to be a breeze, and you can even carry out some gaming here. The Unisoc Tiger T310 CPU is far from the fastest out there, but the device doesn't suffer from stutters and lags during normal activities and light gaming. You might notice it heat up a bit once you get more extreme, so keep that in mind when enjoying your Call of Duty Mobile or Apex Legends gaming sessions on this device. on low graphic settings of course. One thing that's pretty awesome about this device is the 6150 mAh battery, which is quite huge for a device of this price. A lot of flagships don't even have 5000 mAh of battery capacity, and this device comfortably pushes them aside. It doesn't have fast charging, however, taking well over 2.5 hours to go from 10% to 100%. But is bigger always better? Sometimes a big size doesn't guarantee great performance.
That's what she said.
You should be able to get a day's worth of use comfortably with this device on a medium to heavy workload, and it might even last you into the next day if it's just your secondary device or you just don't use your smartphone that often. My version of this device comes with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, but you can add expandable storage of up to 256GB in case you want to keep a lot of movies or music on your smartphone. It's running Android 11 and it's not heavily skinned. The icons are pretty similar to the stock Android icons, but you can easily install a third-party launcher and some icon packs if you don't like what comes with the device. The face scanner is quite responsive but not very secure, seeing as it only uses the selfie camera. But it gets the job done, and at least you won't have to use a pin or a pattern to unlock your phone every single time. So would I recommend this smartphone? Well, it really depends on who is getting it and what they are getting it for. It's got great battery life and a decent screen, but the cameras and speakers ruin the experience a bit. But for the price, your only alternatives are either from Infinix or Tecno, and personally, I would not recommend going down that route unless you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. The UMIDIGI Power 7S is suitable as a secondary device to your main phone, or maybe for a parent, grandparent, or even a secondary school kid. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section right below the like button, and if you've got a bit of a higher budget, then you can check out my review of the UMIDIGI A13 Pro or one of the videos in this playlist. But before you go there, subscribe to the channel. If you're a content creator in Lagos State, Nigeria, then I have an amazing offer for you. The Create brand is hosting a 2-day masterclass teaching you skills like video editing, photo editing, graphics design, and storytelling. You're gonna have amazing seasoned teachers like It's Net, Muna, Daniel Black, and of course, Corti. And if you don't know who Corti is, she's one of the best storytelling creatives in Nigeria, if not the world. So visit their Instagram page at the Create brand to learn more about this, or just check the link in my description.
So please, okay, thank you.
My name is Johannes, this is Tech PhD, and I'll see you in one of the videos showing on the screen, right around everywhere here. So yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.